Hi, I'm Tyson.
And I'm Mike. And we argue with dragons.
Listeners, this is a big day for Burlington, Iowa.
I would say so.
We are at the Burlington Westland Mall in West Burlington, Iowa, where we are at the QuadCon for 2026.
Hell yeah.
We've got vendors of all types surrounding us right now, folks. This is the biggest thing this poor mall will see all year.
Probably all decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really sad what's happened to malls lately. It really is, isn't it?
I blame I blame Amazon. Jeff Bezos is to blame for all of it.
Definitely. So, folks, we're going to be spending the day here talking to our fellow nerds, talking about what they're passionate about, sitting folks down for interviews, giving out some T-shirts, making some new friends, just like we did down at Midwest Game Fest. And,
3 episodes worth of interviews from Midwest Game Fest. If you haven't listened to it, get over there and do so, and then come back and listen to this one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Mike, did you have a good night last night?
Yes, I did, sir.
Mike hasn't been out of his house in a very long time. So I took Mike out and I funded a alcohol fueled extravaganza for him.
More of a shindig.
Yeah, it was a shindig. You're right.
Not quite a hoedown. Far from an extravaganza.
It's more like
a shindig works.
A do-si-do, if you will.
Are you sure it wasn't a hullabaloo?
I don't know if it quite reached that level, but I did get to witness what an absinthe drip looks like.
Absinthe.
And that was kind of wild.
Yeah.
So, all right,
but
folks.
He refused to drink even a drop of it.
All right, folks, it is currently 9:16 a.m. and the convention starts at 10 a.m. So we will be checking back with you momentarily. We've got a special power-up edition here that we are doing live. Mike and I are currently in our hands holding a brand new flavor of C4 called Pink Lemonade. It is raspberry, it is lemonade, and it is packed full of caffeine and arginine and all the good stuff that our poor livers do not need. All right, Mike, bottoms up. Well, it's better than C4's default lemonade flavor.
I will give you that, but just okay.
Yeah. C4, I'm disappointed in you.
It's got enough flavor to be drinkable, but it's missing a little something.
Congratulations on creating an average drinkable drink that I may or may not enjoy in the future.
You have created the HJ of drinks.
It's a little sour. It's a little lemonade-y. It's got that going for it. It tastes like C4. Doesn't taste overly sweet, so that's good.
Yeah, all positives. But
what you're missing is flavor of actual lemonade. I think you've got a little too much raspberry in here.
Well, I got more lemonade than I got raspberry.
See, I get the reverse. I get a little more raspberry than lemonade, but, not good raspberry.
Well, mine just tastes like the raspberry has a low battery.
That's a good way to describe it. Get your USB-C charger out, C4, and charge your drinks because you need more. I expect more from the next flavor release. So what do you rate it on our patented rating scale, Mike?
Let's say Goblin.
Oh, I think this deserves better than Goblin tier.
I don't.
No, I'll give it a Wyvern tier. It's drinkable. It's drinkable. I'd buy it again, but I probably wouldn't buy a case of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, in cases like this, I feel it necessary to throw an extra layer into our tiered system. This is officially Mimic tier. Between Goblin and Wyvern, firmly.
We have added Mimic tier, folks. This is a legendary event for Arguing with Dragons. There is now a new tier. And C4, you are rated Mimic tier. All right, we will check back in with you folks when our convention starts, and Mike and I are heavily caffeinated.
Absolutely.
All right, listeners, we are sitting here with our first interview. It is Dylan. Dylan, tell us about yourself.
What's up? What's up? The name is Dylan Heber. I'm a Keokuk born person, 28, and right now I'm just kind of trying to figure my life out. I'm kind of in a very weird place in life. Living in your mid to late 20s, but I feel like that I'm still trying to. I feel like I'm kind of getting somewhere finally, despite all the setbacks and all the hardships I've had to endure. But it's awesome to be in this podcast because Mr. Dewey over here is actually a former colleague of mine in the previous podcast.
That would be me.
Yeah. So tell us about your experience podcasting. Like, what did you guys do? Mike's touched on this a little bit, but not fully.
Well, so here's the funny thing. It was kind of a spontaneous thing because it actually the podcast host Jason, or Smoog as he likes to go by, or Smoogly, he I saw some things on his podcast before I just kind of joined in, and he was doing a podcast special on the Roe versus Wade being overturned in 2022, and I'll admit, most of my life, I really didn't care about that kind of thing because I really didn't have that much exposure. In fact, I was a really sheltered child growing up until I was around probably, give or take 16, 17, and then went to college at Culver Stockton College as a psych major and also a musician for a scholarship. And I've learned quite a bit, and I would say that I went through somewhat of a personal revolution, if you will. Huh? Then shortly after that, the pandemic happened. That was, of course, the wildest shit that I think we'll ever encounter in our lifetime. Let's face it. If not, then oh boy, can't wait to see what the next one is.
Well, we haven't yet to see aliens hit us yet.
So something I've learned in life is that they'll always tell you this is a once in a lifetime disaster. And so far at 41 years old, I've lived through like 4 of them. So brace yourself, son. It's coming.
Well, good thing I've trained myself to just, I got the willpower of basically a shonen protagonist at this point because I just don't like to give up. I don't like to lose. And I feel like that if I give up, then I truly have lost at life. I mean, I don't take failure. I don't have failure in my vocabulary.
Hey, you know what?
Words.
I have that tattooed on my arm, a line from the Sith Code of Star Wars that I attribute to that. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Because if you're at peace, you're not passionate enough to be better.
Exactly. Passion is key.
Passion is key, right?
Rule of Fire from Naruto, right here.
There you go. All right, so tell me, what in the nerd realm are you most passionate about?
Well, so it changes time to time, but right now I've gotten very much into the trading card business.
Okay.
I'm actually a Yu-Gi-Oh player, grizzled veteran. I did retire back in 2018 because they implemented this stupid rule where you had to have a particular kind of monster in your deck, and I felt that it killed one of the biggest, most unique part of the game, which was building basically the deck you want to build. I can't talk. Build the deck the way you wanted to, and I feel like the rule really just really detracted from that, and I'm just like, you know what? What's the point? Because I mean, if this is how it's going to be from now on, then I really don't see myself, getting much in this further. So called it quits there, and this was back in 2018, and then I got back into it in 2024 because I just we saw the anime, which is where Yu-Gi-Oh comes from, and it just reminded me of the good times, and I'm like, no, wait a minute, they did get rid of that rule. I was told 4 years ago, which would have been 2 years after I retired, and I'm like, I'm smarter now, I'm a different person, I think multidimensionally now. What if I did it now? What if I did it as I am now? Well, I've won titles on Master Duel. I'm a meta hunter, and I got about probably, I want to say 12 active decks in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just joined Magic the Gathering just this past year.
Good for you. Card games you get that dopamine high of opening a pack and getting that card you really want, or that card is going to be rare. And then you also get that dopamine hit when you win a match against somebody and you built that good deck. I totally get it. I retired from Magic the Gathering back in the day when Wizards of the Coast started becoming greedy assholes. And unfortunately, it hasn't changed a whole lot over the years.
I argue Konami is probably a little worse than they are at this point, because at least their fan base is a bit more, I don't know, I see a little bit more control in how Magic goes. But let me tell you, Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh, wow, like the way they changed Yu-Gi-Oh is like while the rules are basically the same, fundamentally the game is not really the same. But still, it ain't gonna stop me from being like, yo, I'm what I'm called a Yu-Gi boomer, which is basically someone who's been that's been like there since Yu-Gi-Oh's like conception, and that's not gonna stop me from being like, yo, you don't have to play the game just by doing just meta builds. You can it's a strategy game. If you literally have to build something in net deck, which is usually what that's called, is net decking, then I'm sorry, my philosophy is you truly are not that good at the game then if you have to rely on meta decks.
You know, I feel the same way about Dungeons and Dragons when I got friends who only want to build the super mean characters that can do a particular power set they saw in a short YouTube video. We've done whole ass episodes about that where people just power build. And when they power build like that, I think it takes something else away from the rest of the game, you know?
Yeah.
You know, are you a D&D player at all?
I try to, actually. I try to get into D&D, and the funny thing is I've never got an opportunity to actually do a campaign. Like, I know... How do I put this? I have maybe, even if that, very fundamental knowledge, very little fundamental knowledge of that. But have I ever done a campaign or designed my own character or anything like that? No, because I tried to, and I just never got an opportunity to do so.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, it's a collaborative effort, and if you don't have a group of people that are willing to do it with you, then you're kind of out of luck.
That's pretty much how that went.
Well, I'll tell you, one of my artistic endeavors that I've been working on in the back of my brain. I'm a world builder. That's my passion in all things. Is I like to build worlds and lay it all out, continents, politics, lore, all that jazz. So I've been working on this big effort to flesh out my world more. And I'm thinking about doing every few months, having like maybe a 3 or 4 hour one shot where that takes place somewhere randomly in my world, so that these players can help me flesh out by creating their own lore for their characters, creating little things about wherever it's going to be when they know ahead of time, and then just playing a game for 4 hours. If you like to join us, I'd love to have you.
If opportunity allows, hell yeah.
Cool. All right, Dylan, it's been a pleasure. We're going to get you a free t-shirt.
Awesome.
So do you have any closing words, any closing hot takes for anybody?
My closing statement here is, I am an autistic person. I was a late diagnosed person, and for everyone that feels like they are alone in the world because they're born a certain way, you're not alone. I went through a lot of my life having that mindset, and while your feelings are validated, and I'm not stating that your feelings have no validation, in all actuality, you're not alone. You just got to find the people that will accept you as you are. It's a journey. Don't get me wrong. It's a journey, but I know the world's really crazy right now. It seems like the world just gets colder and colder as days pass, but just because the world's getting colder doesn't mean that you have to join along with it. Just be you. Don't ever change for anybody. Change because you want to change and because you want to be better. Adapt, learn, adapt, overcome. That's the motto that I live by.
Absolutely. Hey, man, great words. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Absolutely.
All right. And you take care and enjoy the con.
Good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the honor of our lightning round conspiracy theories that we've done, we are talking with Laura.
Didn't we do 2 of those?
We did 2 of those, in fact, yes. And Laura today is currently sitting here at the con with her tinfoil hat on, and she has something she'd like to say, and I think Mike has a counterpoint. So let's hear it, Laura.
The moon landing never happened.
Oh.
Vehemently disagree with you on that.
Oh, okay, Laura. So tell us why you think the moon landing did not happen.
Just surface level details from back then. At that time, I'm older. I'm in my 50s. So I had parents that saw it happen. There's no way. Technology was not there. Not there. Nope.
No way.
We still had dial-up, no power windows on your car, Didn't have nothing. No way. No way.
They did say that the LEM on the shuttle was literally as thin as 2 pieces of tinfoil in
No.
some places.
To get through the Van Allen? No.
I still kind of disagree with you on the basis that why would the government lie about that other than to say, hey, we did it before Russia did it?
Well, that was one of the big things. The whole, I don't want to
Space
call it
race, as it
political.
were.
The other caveat conspiracy theory was the war between the families going on. And so, yes, they had to appear as if they beat them to be superior.
I'm still on the bandwagon that it actually did happen.
No.
However, I feel like there's a lot of it that is being hidden from us.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
And then you
for
can go off
instance,
to the
things they
side of
found.
Stanley Kubrick and what he was doing at the time, making movies, and that they already had a set that looked just like it.
I have heard that conspiracy on the internet, actually. And I think it was partially debunked because even Stanley Kubrick himself said something along the lines of, I would never do that for the United States government.
Yeah. Well, people lie.
Well, that's
not
true.
die
Lots
by
and
the
lots of
government.
money. Lots and lots of money there. So what do you say to the pictures then that they took of the actual original moon landing site when they did circle the moon just recently? Fake?
With the way AI is and they're pushing it down our throats, I can't believe anything. But that's the point. They want us not to believe anything. So if something happens, we're just zombies walking, continue working.
Okay. So we actually did a conspiracy episode and I talked about the moon not being real.
Ooh, that's another one.
That is. So my theory is that the moon is an artificial satellite and not an actual naturally occurring body.
I have looked into that and I'm not sure if I have an opinion because you can look at the sky and they sit there and they talk about the dome. We're all in a dome. It's one big set. But how can you look at the sky? It's all confusing to me. My brain is not. I'm like, how is that just a spotlight?
The sky, but the sky is real and the moon is actually a body in space. What I say is that the moon was put there by somebody else.
Right.
And that it's just dust over a core. Because if you look at a lot of the other moons that are small in your solar system, most of them aren't perfect spheres. And none of them are the perfect distance to eclipse perfectly between the sun. The distance between the sun and the earth and the moon and the earth actually correlates perfectly, which is almost unheard of, is unheard of mathematically in the solar system. And the fact that when they crashed an object into the moon reverberated for several hours.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Giving that theory that the moon is actually hollow.
That is a theory.
That is. I melted Mike's brain with that theory. Oh, like back in
wouldn't
February.
say
What about was it John Glenn that he even said didn't happen?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's not one I've heard.
Yeah.
I know that.
Like in an interview, like he's older, so he seemed confused kind of, and he's like, didn't happen.
I feel, was it Neil Armstrong, I think, or one of them?
Yeah, maybe it was Neil.
Buzz Aldrin.
I can't remember which one it was.
He was, when somebody confronted him that the moon landing was fake and they wouldn't leave him alone, he actually punched him in the face because he was sick and tired of hearing him talking about it.
Well, I mean, if they were, have you seen like the interview after they came back, supposedly?
Yeah, they were all,
and they all looked shell shocked, and their answers were really weird, and their statements were strange.
See, I think that wasn't because they didn't go to the moon. I think that's because when they went to the moon, they saw things they couldn't explain.
Hence what I was saying earlier about what they're not allowed to talk about.
I think what they presented to us as this is the moon landing, and here's the shot of it leaving, and all that, it's all crap, and they might have in a different way, but not that way. What they presented to us, I'm like, nah.
So something I think we can all agree on. There's something very fishy about the moon.
I mean, I'll agree with you there, but one thing I do want to bring up is there was a wonderful documentary that was released in, I believe, the late 90s, a British group where there was a man and his dog that went to the moon and discovered that it was made of cheese. It's called Wallace and Gromit.
So, Laura, before I let you go,
That story's just as good as the one they presented to us.
I'll give
how do you feel
that.
about crop circles?
How do I feel about them?
Man-made or something else?
Something else.
All of them or
No.
just some of them?
No, I think they tried to create the confusion. It's real, and then they create the confusion. So then you doubt it and you don't look too far into it.
Because when you look deep into crop circles, you find that some of them are so intricate and large and they appear overnight that there's almost no way that humans could have made them without disturbing the land around them or being seen, because it would have taken so many people. And the guys who originally came out and pretended like they started the crop circle fad, they were two old guys. And they said they pivoted into the field so that they didn't disturb the field.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, right. I mean, I can't even jump off a 4-foot block and hit the ground without my knees hurting. These 60-year-old men did not pole vault into a cornfield.
Well, they're farmers. They're built different.
They weren't farmers. They were British, so they might be built a little different.
Well, they don't have all the hydrogenated corn syrup that we've got here. But also on the topic of crop circles,
Poisons they.
I think genuinely the original crop circle was when a particularly lazy farmhand left a combine harvester out there overnight,
Oh.
caught his mistake before the farmer found out, and it just blew way out of proportion.
Actually, that's not at all how it happened, Mike, but I will direct all our listeners. There's a really good episode that the Y Files, one of my favorite YouTube channels, did on crop circles. And I highly recommend you watch it, because even he, who is a debunker of most of the stories he tells, he believed it. He's like, there's something more to this. And you don't get that very often with debunkers. So, all right, Laura,
All right.
it's been a pleasure sitting down with us. We'll
Yes,
get you a
indeed.
t-shirt.
Thank
And
you.
I will say this, listeners, I used to work with Laura. She's a great woman and I miss her dearly.
Oh, thank you. Miss
All
you
right.
too.
Have a good one, Laura.
Thanks.
All right, folks, we're here with Riley, and Riley has the most out-of-pocket hot take I have ever heard. Riley, let's hear it.
I don't think Helen Keller, like the person, existed. I think she's completely made up to be like a good story.
I've heard this one once before from somebody else, and I can't figure out who.
Because it's such, I feel like her as a person is so motivational in a way that they
Yeah.
just made her up to sound good.
Kind of like a fable more than
So
anything.
she couldn't talk, she couldn't see, and
Like,
she couldn't
How,
hear.
and I'm not trying to hate, obviously. How can she be a productive human?
What did she do that was productive other than just make noise?
Allegedly, she wrote books.
She was like the world's first motivational speaker, I guess. I don't know.
I think she was a motivational speaker because she actually spoke once.
Like,
Oh, well,
God,
no,
that's
she,
terrible. God.
actually, she learned how to speak from Alexander Graham Bell. If you believe the story, she put her hand on his mouth while he was talking, and she realized, I can make those noises too.
you can't convince me that's true. Not in a million years would I believe that.
I need some more time to Google search this. But so what led you to this conclusion? Like what happened in your life that made you decide that you were going to look into this and form this conclusion?
And in middle school, I think we watched a documentary on Helen Keller, and the first time I saw it, I was like, no way. Like, I don't believe this. There's no way this is real.
That is a sign of a critical thinker, folks. And I am so thrilled to see that. Right? How old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20.
Yeah.
I am so glad that the younger generation can still
Wise
think
beyond your
critically.
years, dude. Wise
For
beyond
sure.
your
I
years.
appreciate that.
So what brings you to the convention today?
My friend really likes Pokemon cards,
Yeah?
and
Okay.
it's his birthday. So we're here so that he can get Pokemon cards.
Nice.
Well, you got the right place for it. That's about all I've been seeing around here is Pokemon cards, resales, packs, etc.
I know I should have bought a bunch of packs and gave them out. I'd get more business at the table here. So is there anything in the convention that you're passionate about personally?
I like Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
I'm a big fan.
All right.
I love comic books, obviously. 'Cause
So-
who doesn't?
I'm going to date myself here, but I used to be in Magic. I used to love Magic, and I sold my entire collection except for one deck. Now that deck has, I want to say it's revised edition or unlimited edition, one of the two. I had a Soul Ring in there, 4 Royal Assassins, 4 Icy Manipulators, 4 Shivan Dragons, 4 Singer Vampires, and a whole bunch of burn cards. That's it.
I feel like it's just the best game ever.
Yeah.
Like, because no matter what you're into, you can build a deck that's fun for you.
Yeah.
Like, because you don't just have to have big creatures. You can, like, mill people or burn people.
Yeah.
Like, there's something for anybody, no matter your playstyle.
So yeah, except for those kids who counterspell everything you cast. You just want to throw the table at them.
I think those are just unhappy people, and they like to spread their sadness onto others.
Why it's beyond your years, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
See, when I was younger, I didn't play Magic the Gathering. I was dating a girl that did. And one point she had cut out a picture from a card and made it into a necklace for me. I don't know if the card's worth anything. Pathwalker?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. But for whatever reason, I wore that for like 10 straight years. And people were like staring at it when they saw it. They're like, wait a minute. It's
Are
the
you
weirdest thing.
It was probably just your face, Mike. It's okay.
I think you're beautiful, by the way.
I appreciate
Don't let him talk to you like that. Don't let him put you down.
Well, I cut my down harder than he ever will.
No, I love Mike to pieces, folks. I tease him a lot, but that's only because I love him. He's like a little brother. He's got almost a handlebar mustache here at the convention today, folks.
It's impressive. I wish I could grow facial hair like you did. I really wish I could.
You stick with it.
know.
If you plug your nose and blow hard enough, it'll come out like Play-Doh.
Or you'll give yourself an aneurysm.
All right. We're going to get you a t-shirt, sir, but thank you for sitting down with us today. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, folks, we are sitting here with Coleman. Coleman is a longtime friend of mine who just happened to be running through the con today.
Hey, mine too.
And yes, Mike's too. And he says he has numerous hot takes for us. So let's hear.
Oh boy.
Let's hear your best few. We're putting him on the spot.
Let's give it a top 5.
We're gonna go with like video game.
All right. All right.
Stuff here.
That's perfect.
I think my first one is kind of controversial. I think that's Red Dead Redemption 2 and The Witcher 3 are very overrated.
Oh, Mike's gonna kill you over The Witcher, but I'm gonna agree with.
I don't know about that.
I am gonna agree with you on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption is just Rudy Tooty point and shooty the game, and honestly, I don't see the glamour in it. You know, walking around with a pair of revolvers and just shooting people. I'll admit, roping somebody and then attaching them to a train sounds like fun, but at the same time,
The thing about the game is visually and conceptually, it was gorgeous, beautiful, and perfect. Like, it is literally construction-wise one of the most perfect games. It is so good, beyond its time, wonderful. Now, the story would make an excellent movie,
Oh yeah.
but you get pigeonholed in it so much.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I don't like. I don't like that about Grand Theft Auto 5 either, because you get pigeonholed into that story where there's a lot of nonsense you got to do for game filler, where it's like, just tell me the damn story.
So my problem with Red Dead Redemption 2 specifically is that you're right, the story is very good. Like, Rockstar always hits with the story.
Yeah.
They're very good at doing that. My problem with it is all the forced realism that's not in the first game at all, anywhere near it. And then the second game, all of a sudden, it's like, you have to clean your guns. You have to get your guns off the horse. You have to stop and take care of your horse. I'm like, I just want to be a cowboy that shoots guns, and I want to do the story. And I really hope they don't do that with GTA 6. I hope they don't go that direction.
Your character's got to stop every 20 minutes and drink some water, or she might pass out.
Like, I just want to stop and pull an RPG out of my pocket, out of my hammer space. Not like, I don't have to stop and go to the car and be like, all right, I have to get the AK to rob the gas station, and then I have to go back to the car, then fill it up with gas, and then the police are going to come get me.
I mean, if you're wanting to play video game, you're wanting to have mindless fun instead of, having a job. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But your take that The Witcher 3 is overrated, I'm going to fight you, okay?
Okay, let me explain with that. Okay, so The Witcher 3, again, great story. It, like, gets you into it pretty quickly. Especially if you played the first 2 games, you know where
Oh, yeah.
it kind of leaves you off.
Absolutely.
But you get into it, and then it really holds your hand for a bit, which that's okay, because like there's more complicated stuff than just being like, "Ooh, I'm a monster fighter guy. I'm going to fight some monsters." You have to like learn which oils and stuff to put on your sword to fight which monster, and it's all about like the preparation of it.
It's all busy work.
But it kind of
yes.
leads you to believe that you can just go out and fight a monster.
Well, let's be fair. Have you actually played the game in its entirety?
Pretty close.
Okay, I've 100%ed it myself, and I have used oils on my swords exactly 0 times. Silver sword for monsters, steel sword for humans. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Didn't worry about oils, didn't worry about potions, none of that.
Well, let me ask you this, Coleman. Do you ever enjoy a game on survival mode?
I'm not like survival mode type person.
I can
Really,
tell.
like I'll play survival games. Like I like
Valheim,
yeah, Valheim's good.
that's a good one.
I like stuff like that. Like, well, the thing is, like, if I'm going to play a survival game, I want to play a survival game, right? Like, I'm not the type of person who's gonna play like Fallout New Vegas 3 or 4 and be like, all right, let's go into hardcore mode and survive. I just want to shoot ghouls.
Yeah, I hear that.
But any Bethesda game on legendary mode, you're going to have a bad time.
Oh yeah, the glitches make it legendary already.
Yeah, very
That's
true.
We did a whole episode on Skyrim, and that's how we started. It was the guard's head was in the ground. You are upside down and spinning, sir. What is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, that's any Bethesda game for
Someone stole your sweet roll.
All right, Coleman. So what's your next game hot take?
Bring it in, sir.
I will wait to see if he pisses me off next.
I don't know.
Have to be game.
Eisenhower was a sissy.
I don't know, man. Are we allowed to do political hot takes too?
You can give me anything you want, brother. It's okay.
I don't know if it's much of a hot take, but Trump is a terrible president.
That is probably the coldest take I've ever heard.
You took it out of the freezer,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's been in there for as long as he's been president. I totally agree with you. He's not even the worst. He's not even the worst president. He's the worst human I think I've met in a long time.
We're getting there.
I mean,
It's pretty crazy.
yeah. So totally agree with you there. No worries. You're in good
Extremely
company.
cold take, dude. And the only people that will disagree with you are people that are worth talking to anyway.
I agree.
That's
I
true.
agree.
All right, what else you got, Coleman? Anything?
I had one loaded, thinking about coming here to talk to you guys.
Your brother is
other than
standing
those
here
two.
next to you like he's vibrating right
I'm
now.
sure
'cause
he's
he
got
wants
some.
something.
I'm sure he's
He
got
wants
some.
to go
Maybe
look for
we'll
those
let him
Pokemon
go.
cards. I'll tell you what.
He doesn't exactly look like a Pokemon card kind of kid.
Well.
He's shaking his head no.
right,
Everybody's
that's all
a
I got
Pokemon
for now.
card kid. They just don't know it yet.
All right, we'll pass the headset over to your brother.
We'll let him get on.
Let's hear what he's got.
I'm sure he's gonna rant like Tucker Carlson.
Well, Tucker Carlson doesn't rant. He whines.
True.
All right.
Yeah.
Coleman is passing the mic off to his little brother, Kevin, here. So,
Oh wow. That's what you've been hearing this whole time?
yeah, you can hear
You can hear yourself talk.
Oh, yeah. That's
And
pretty
a-
great.
and a lot of the background noise. And the closer you are to the microphone, the clearer you'll sound. So, you were vibrating just a second ago. Let's hear it. What do you got?
I was like, he's not coming up with like some terrible takes, but I had one. Do you know the show Uncle Grandpa?
Have the show what?
Uncle Grandpa. You
I
know?
Do not know that show.
I think
Mike, do you know that show?
I have seen snippets of it. My kid likes it. I will admit, though, I've seen a snippet on YouTube that was Uncle Grandpa Sings the Classics. It was just a short infomercial style advertisement where he was doing like his own quotes in the style of different kinds of music. Like he did one about Mr. Gus being green as a punk band, complete with him on stage in his underwear and everything.
Okay, Kevin.
Great.
So explain the show to me since I don't know it and you obviously have a strong opinion.
Okay, so in short, he's your uncle and your grandpa. Like a Gary. Nah, I mean, geez, I can't talk.
That's kind
fairy
of a,
godmother.
it's kind of a A West Virginia kind of situation going on over there.
Not,
I think you're right. That
take.
sounds like very much something out of West Virginia.
But anyways, in short,
So what do you feel about this show?
I think Uncle Grandpa could solo Goku. Easy.
I mean, there's a lot of
Oh.
cartoon characters that could. Ed from Ed, Ed, and Eddie, 100%. Put a pebble in his shoe and he'll get the job done.
he will swing you sideways, like over his head. I mean, there's no doubt about that with the head. I mean,
Well, to be fair, let's go all the way back to the 50s. Bugs Bunny would be able to take down Goku 100%, no difficulty.
yes, you have me there.
He reaches into his extra dimensional pocket and pulls out a giant hammer, and it's over.
Done for. I mean, but Uncle Grandpa now is. Don't get me wrong. He'll be like, glad that wasn't me, and just be like replaced by him.
I mean, you got to do the impression. I'm glad that wasn't me.
That's more my brother's field, their impressions. No, he'd just be like, well, glad that wasn't me, and just rip their universe apart. Jeez.
I mean, hey, if you got a universally powered creature going up against a single alien entity that can turn into a monkey sometimes,
I mean,
yeah, you got yourself a mismatch.
I gotta watch this show.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Imagine SpongeBob, but with less brain cells.
Yes.
Oh man,
That's
This-
about Uncle Grandpa.
so like Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy was actually extremely smart as comedy is concerned.
I mean, maybe not the song the wood on his back, no Diddy.
Yeah.
We all know that sus scene, all right.
Oh, we do. The 90s were a different time, man. You should be, I don't know if you should be sad you weren't alive or should be happy you weren't alive.
I mean, I love Hey Arnold, Cat Dog, classics,
Okay.
monsters.
Okay.
Come
All
alive.
real monsters. Yep.
Yeah,
That was a good one. That's a real good one. We did a whole episode on 90s cartoons. You know what's a real rockin' show that is totally underrated? It's Tailspin. Well, on Disney Plus, it was Baloo's and the characters from the Jungle Book, all the animals in like a real life scenario where Baloo is a cargo pilot trying to make his way in pirate infested lands, dealing with an adopted kid and like an orphan child and a woman who owns his flight business. I mean, it's wild, it's crazy, and it's so freaking good.
They did the whole bag that night.
They did.
It seems like it.
The villain is this fox named Don Carnage, who speaks with a very French accent. Wild. Oh.
Does he have like a little pencil mustache or?
No,
No?
he's wearing he's got the big frilly white, like over his blue coat. He's got the big frilly white stuff coming out like a classical pirate.
Mhm.
It's wild. It's wild. All right, you got anything else for us, Kevin, before we let you go?
I don't think I have any more takes. I don't know if you have anything that you came up with, brother.
All right. Well,
I mean,
thank
quality
you.
content from both of you for sure. But
Coleman,
hey, if you come up with more,
Kevin.
come on back.
For real. Thank you guys for sitting down with us.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Kevin returning for another hot take. He decided to pop on by and say hey again. Said he had another one for us. Kevin, what do you got?
it's kind of a two-parter. It's your personal opinion and also who do you think would win question.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
All
all
right,
right.
let's hear it.
Who do you think is the best four-person team? Kind of like the Ninja Turtles. So, like
Specifically for?
four or five, like a squad.
Oh, the Mighty Morphin
just
Power
the best
Rangers.
one. I would argue the Power Rangers aren't that great because they're teenagers, but they're being portrayed by 20-somethings. So, I mean, they're either an identity crisis or just they don't know what the world is for real outside of high school. Now, that said, I would argue the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have something going for them if the people in the cartoons and the movies and such actually reacted like you would if you saw giant mutant turtles.
Well, I tell you, the turtles are also teenagers, Mike, so that defeats part of that argument.
Very true. However, they don't go to school. They understand the entire idea behind martial arts. They're being trained by
Somehow-
who could basically
somehow-
be Ip Man.
four teenagers that were raised in the sewers by a giant rat are better educated.
Yeah, and
Than half
one
of
of
the
one
ones
of
I
them
met here.
actually builds tech.
Right? He builds computers. All right. So Kevin, there's obviously a point. So what is it?
So, okay, so I was thinking of it. I was like, do you think the Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers? If they had a head-on, go just fully at it to the death, who do you think's beat?
Oh,
Okay, that brings up an interesting idea. One thing I did notice about the Power Rangers, they only ever win when they get in the Megazord.
You got me there.
yeah.
That is the only time they ever win a
so-
fight.
I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But I don't think they win against the Power Rangers.
If we're
I think
going straight handed,
The power grid and the ability that they have to summon tech and weapons, and the fact that you actually see in media the turtles die, but you never see a Power Ranger die.
that is, you do have me there, honestly.
Well,
The Last Ronin, obviously.
Michelangelo is the Ronin. Just that story is absolute cinema to me. Just gold. Amazing story.
Mhm.
The goofiest of the bunch decides to become a full-on Ronin with absolutely no humor and never smiles again after his family is slaughtered. Perfect.
That's just, I'm about ready to cry here.
You should. You should.
My boys.
But anyway, no, I disagree. I think the Turtles would take it. Assuming they don't ever let the Power Rangers get into the Zords.
Yeah, I'm not even counting for the Zords, because if they got into the Zords, I'm pretty sure the turtles are fucked right off the bat.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically. But they have the power of comedy on their side.
The power of brotherhood and friendship.
The
And-
power of friendship is anime, dude.
Ninja.
Did you mention Ip Man earlier?
I did, yes.
I
Master Shredder is basically a parallel to Ip, or not Shredder, sorry. Master Splinter is
Is a
basically a
parallel to Ip.
parallel to Ip Man.
That's not you're not wrong.
I mean,
And then honestly, if we're going that route, I would even go further as to say Shredder is parallel to Shai Li Fang or Wong Fei Hong.
So what do you think? What's your take
on the
on
Turtles,
this? The Turtles versus the Power Rangers.
I mean, if we're going hand to hand, they couldn't summon anything. They just got to use their martial arts. I think the Turtles are right.
I think the Turtles do. Yeah,
Yes.
they got weapons.
It's the pure superhuman strength.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
man.
Honestly, the Ninja Turtles, I think, would just take it straight up against the Power Rangers. No question.
All right, so what's your team versus team? Did you come here with one armed and loaded?
I did kind of come here half cocked. I can't lie. I thought they would take a little bit more. Okay. That was dumb. Sorry.
Yes, it was, and I did that on purpose. You're welcome.
I mean, you've both seen Ip Man, right?
Yes.
Of course.
The movie. Oh yeah, great movie. If
A little fantastical and a little over exaggerated to his capabilities, but at the same time, from historical records, a very accurate interpretation of a couple of events in his life.
I mean, the black belt scene. Not to.
That was one of the things that was exaggerated.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That said, I would not put it outside the realm of possibility.
I'm not saying he can't do it, but it's definitely. He straight broke dude's leg from the hip and kept fighting.
That is not impossible, not by any stretch of the imagination. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
was peak human.
All right, listeners, I want to know your take. Who would win in a three-way battle? Ip Man versus the Power Rangers versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Write in your scenario and tell me exactly who you think would win in that battle.
I might have a better take. If we're going three-way battle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teen Titans, and Power Rangers.
Teen Titans, they win. No question.
Oh,
I mean, that is.
I mean, Beast Boy turns into a blue whale while above them, and it's all over.
that sounds like a bad D&D take, Mike.
I mean, it sounds like it, but it ain't.
Well, you know.
Out of the 5, though, we know Robin's winning. All right.
Well, we assume Robin's winning, but that depends on if it's Jason Todd or Dick Grayson.
That's fine.
If it's Dick Grayson, then ain't nobody surviving but Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
If it's Jason Todd, I feel like he would let the others live because it's the right thing to do.
He's a little softer, I think.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I just don't think he's cut like that. You know, just not as vicious.
Not as vicious, no.
Because
Not as vicious at all.
if I don't know if I'm remembering wrong. It's not the right day for me to be on point, I guess. Which one turns into Nightwing?
That would be Jason Todd, I believe, and Dick Grayson ends up becoming the Red Hood.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted.
I could have that backwards, but I'm pretty sure I got that right.
I think
We're surrounded by nerds. I'm sure we'll find the answer eventually.
Somebody write in and roast these two folks.
somebody will correct us online and completely flame us. Yeah.
That's what nerds do, is they correct people.
Actually.
Actually, well, it would be this character did this, and you should know you.
Grayson didn't
I
become
can't
the
believe
Red
that you
Hood.
didn't know that.
And actually, in this issue, he turns into the Red Hood. You have the wrong number.
All right.
All right.
over there.
Kevin, thank you so much for stopping back by with that. And hopefully, listeners, I want to hear your take. Write us in. Let us know exactly what you think about those.
Do you mind if I put my ad in for?
Oh,
Insta?
yeah, go for it.
It's Lil Baby Kevin on Instagram and Overwatch. Add me.
Low Baby Kevin.
Lil Baby Kevin. LIL Baby Kevin.
Add him, folks. If for no other reason, to roast him on his knowledge of the Teen Titans.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. With us right now, we have the Wonder Twins, Shyla and Chantel, sitting here. And these two are very unique. Tell us what makes you unique in the fantasy world here.
I don't know if I'd say we're like unique because both of us don't believe really in like original ideas. It's just putting your own spin on things. So we're both really big, like avid anime fans and also fantasy because of our father who introduced us to like Dragon Ball and Lord of the Rings and things like that. So it's kind of just a hodgepodge of things that we put together and
Yes.
called a day.
What they're talking about is world building, folks. And these two have, and it's amazing to me because these two don't really play Dungeons and Dragons, and they haven't been writing a book, but they have got the world building spin perfectly down. And it's amazing because I work with Shyla and I will talk to her on a regular basis about what she's created and what she's working on. And she just talks my ear off. So tell us about your creation, girls.
Well, so basically what we're doing in like the beginning is kind of like a epic war fantasy in a sense with more of like a biblical twist. So we both are really into religion. We're not religious ourselves. We just think it's very interesting. And when we were children, we loved the movie The Prince of Egypt.
Okay.
It had a really big impact on us. And we use a lot of that, like those biblical stories like Moses, the book of Job, things like that. And we twist it into this fantasy and this war in this world that we have created. And we just showed the ills of it and how war truly has no victors and how it affects all parties involved and how deities can be apathetic because they aren't people. Like they don't feel like we do. When you look at the stories in the Bible and you see how God smited the firstborn of Egypt, do we say that God is evil or was he just? You know what I mean? It's like a way to open up those kind of conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that and fantasy is a mirror to reality all the time. We're talking about in a big fantasy context, but that's a good example of people are worshiping a God that has the gumption that, hey, I'm going to punch people by killing all their firstborn kids in an entire kingdom. I mean,
Unless they arbitrarily smear the blood of a small mammal above their door.
Yeah.
that's a real interesting
conversation that needs to be had with society, because I don't think enough people actually critically think these days when it comes to that kind of stuff. So tell us about your world. What's it called? You know, who are the big players? Let's hear it.
So our world is called TerraCore, which, yeah,
Okay.
kind of basic, but like, whatever.
I mean, it has that punch.
No, it's got a
does.
punch.
Yeah,
You're
so
good.
it's kind of, it's hard to explain. I wouldn't say that it's a different planet, but it's like parallel to Earth. And so Earth exists in our story, and we have like multiple realms as well. But like the main part of the story happens in TerraCore, and you have this guy, and you know he's born to this great prophecy of Bavita. So in our story, Bavita are similar to Abrahamic angel,
Like a prophet,
like a prophet
oracle mixture.
Yeah, so that mix of like Greco-Roman and Christian ideas into one. And so comes down from the heavens, you know, and it's like, blah, 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 your baby. Okay. And he's like, dang, my baby, huh? And so, you know, you're like raised with this expectation of who you should be or what you will do. So it gets you in that mindset of predetermined destiny. Do you have an actual choice, or is it already predetermined? Can you change your path, or is it already set in stone? No matter what you do, will you get the same outcome? And so with this character, he doesn't have a great upbringing. And so he leaves on a pilgrimage because he's like, you know, I do think I'm destined for greatness, and I do want to reach that. So, you know, he goes on this pilgrimage and he comes back, and yet nobody's happy to see him when he's back. They're like, ugh, like, were you destined for greatness, or like the worst thing ever? And so, you know, you're like, ugh, I can be more than the prophecy, but at the end of the day, he still fulfills it in a sense, because he is not someone who is morally good. He's our main villain, and I start the story with him because a lot of times people like to make villains too sympathetic.
Yeah.
I feel like villains can be evil. There's too many sympathetic villains anymore, where people have their villain and they do their evil deeds, and then they're like, but it's because I'm sad. Okay. That's an explanation, not an excuse for what you've done.
Yes.
But yet somehow, because they did one good thing, they're absolved of all of the bad things they did. They have no actual consequences to their actions.
Yeah.
Through this villain and his introduction is his descent towards evil. I want to show the explanation of how he got there, not an excuse, because you see the point of no return.
Yeah.
Where you can't turn back.
Yo, we talked to an author too named Matt, who he actually said if he was going back in time and rewriting his latest book, he would have written the villain first. So
Yeah.
you're doing perfect by writing the villain first, if you're going to write, because your hero ends up being the antithesis. That's the
Yeah.
word I couldn't
Yeah.
think of, to your villain.
Yeah, so how we do it is that they are foils, of course, but they're antagonists. So they both are like the main hero and the villain
And the
are
villain.
They're both the protagonists of the story. Like both their character arcs and journeys are just as important for the like themes
Yeah.
that we're trying to convey throughout the story.
No, that's a genius idea, because they're all on their hero quest. They think they're the good guy. Both of them think they're the good guy in the story. And they're going back and forth. And your reader may not even know wait a minute, who is the villain and who is the good guy here?
Yeah, and see, that's a hard part too, because, well, for one, I love the villain and I love writing him. Chantel knows. And once I've gotten to the part of like outlining to where we introduce the hero and everything, I find myself focusing still on other characters. I'm like, no, she needs to be more of the forefront. But I'm like dragging these other things and like side characters and these other smaller stories to help convey the message overall that like war is bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to like keep saying it, but somehow people don't understand it. In a lot of fantasy and anime and comics, war is glorified as just one great big battle. And once the big bad is defeated,
It's over.
it's over. We're free. Hallelujah. What?
No.
The sunshine,
It's only just
lollipops, and
begun.
rainbows only goes as far as the nearest intact town.
Yeah, if there's nobody there to clean it up.
Yeah.
then-
And through the characters, you see how the war has affected all of their lives. Like we have a lot of refugees We have characters whose parents have died, whose families, they're displaced, they're rehomed. They don't know anything but war because it's been going on their whole life. By the point we get into the story, like where we introduce the main character, it's already been almost 20 years since this war has started. Her whole life has just been this war. And them saying, you got to defeat that guy, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I do? Okay. I don't know if I can. But also you're told that, oh, you're this God's child. You can do it. And then you go to do it and you're like, oh, maybe this was more than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because she too is also wrestling with that predetermined destiny. Don't I have a choice? Don't I have a say in what I'm doing? I'm more than what the image they give me.
So what's cool is you've got lots of little stories and you've got one big overarching story. So you've got yourself a novel, and then you've got yourself a whole bunch of novellas that you could write in that same world going on at the same time, parallel to your main story arc. So hold on to all them characters that you keep wanting to push to the front, because I think you could take, even if in your main story you end up taking them out in the end, you've got short story after short story of those.
Oh, trust me, Chantal got a million. Because like the way we're doing it, like we're outlining it, we want to do a graphic novel, of course. I love to draw. And also we love anime and manga. So it's like a fusion of those two things into one megafauna.
Well, you've created an entire cinematic universe, and that's what I love.
Yeah.
That speaks to me, because I'm like I love world building and everything about it, to the point where I almost won't write a book because I just want to write about the world that the book may take place in. And then I go down to the little tiny story and I'm like, oh, I want to go back to the big stuff.
Yeah, you get lost in the sauce for sure.
We do that all the time, especially because, we love history. And we love things like, A Song of Ice and Fire and all of that. And, he has all of his like historical books for, like Fire and Blood and such for A Song of Ice and Fire, that universe.
We've bagged on Game of Thrones quite a bit in this podcast, mainly just because Mike and I have tried so hard to get into it and we can't. And we don't know why.
Love it. So
yeah, see, we're big fans of that. And so when we're doing like world building and like the history for our world, we definitely can get lost in sauce. Chantal loves her Galdorians.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta like stop myself and be like, but what does this matter really?
It doesn't
to me.
I know. I quizzed Shyla once at work. I asked her, I said, okay, so all this lineage and all this lore.
Yeah.
So what does the common person eat in your world? And she just stared at me like
and
a doe.
He said this to me. I stared at him and I go, that doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm eating fried chicken. How does that pertain to me stopping the big bad and say, bringing balance back or whatever? Like,
for a main story in a book, you're right. It doesn't.
Yes.
You take fried chicken away from me, I'll become a villain, I swear.
This is true. All right, ladies, thank you for sitting down with us.
One other note I do want to make before we send them on their way about the Song of Ice and Fire thing. I watched the entire first season of Game of Thrones. Could not get into it. I understand why some people would like it. Just could not do it after a full season rewatch at least twice. Love Jason Momoa, though. Delicious. But at the same time, Tyson couldn't get through the first episode because Daenerys' eyebrows didn't match her hair.
You know what? And in the first season, they make them lighter. Then they go on and they just are her natural color with that white platinum wig. And it's so jarring because they're so dark. Yeah. But I love her. So I'm like, you can't do any wrong. It's fine.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Amelia Clark. Also delicious. But, power couple. Absolutely. But either way,
the show has its perks and its downfalls.
It's not as good as the books.
I go in thinking it's going to be sword and sorcery all the way. And it's just politics, walking through gardens and conspiratorial.
I know it's got everything in it that I should love. And I need to just keep trying and power through.
Yeah, I like historical dramas and I like going and researching into like royal history and stuff around the world. So for me, it's intriguing because it's one of my niche interests. Yeah. So then I'm like, this is giving me everything I want, plus dragons and swords. So it's like, but I can understand when people are like, this is boring. Like there are moments where you're like, this is kind of dragging on, and they definitely destroy a lot of the character arcs as it continues. And it definitely goes down in quality as the seasons go. But like, it's iconic for a reason.
Well,
the books aren't finished.
I hope he will. Yeah, I hope he will finish the series before he dies.
I don't think so. I honestly think he's going to wait to release it when he's dead so he doesn't have to face the backlash of people being like, what was this?
Oh, that's one way to do it, I guess.
The fact that the TV show overtook the actual writer can only be a detriment to his work.
Yeah.
It won't live up to the hype that the show got. So
damn you, HBO, damn you. All right, well, this has been Shyla and Chantel, and the world is called TerraCore.
Yeah.
Do you have a name for the book that you're going to write in this world yet?
Yeah, so like the whole like overarching title is The Mandate of Heaven.
Yeah. Awesome.
But the one she was talking about is called The Age of Nature.
Yeah, because we think too far.
Yeah.
So we
Series,
gotta,
yeah, big book series here.
Yeah.
I hear it. I hear it. These girls are going to be famous one day, folks. You mark my words. All right, thank you, ladies, for sitting down with us. Go enjoy the con.
Thank you.
All right, we are sitting down right now. What's your name, dear?
Annie.
Annie? Annie, we're sitting with Annie and her friend. What's your name, hon? Delilah. Okay. So Annie and Delilah here are at the con, and they tell me that they have a hot take. And that's after I explained what a hot take was. So, Annie, let's hear your controversial opinion.
Okay, so for MHA, I don't think there should be just one more season. I think there should be more season to MHA.
Of which show is it?
My Hero Academia.
Oh, My Hero Academia. Okay.
Okay. Anime fans. All right.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So tell me why you think there should be more.
Because it's a great show. It's a great show, and we don't think that it should be over yet.
Okay. All right. So who's your favorite character?
They like skipped the time.
Izuku.
So like there's them in the high school and then they go all the way to adult.
Bend down closer to the microphone. You guys can both talk and do it at once. It's fine.
They first start off as like middle schoolers and high schoolers, and then they, at the very last episode, they do a huge timeline skip, and they just skip it like years, and now they're adults. It's so weird.
Okay.
I think they should like to tell us what happens between the timelines.
So yeah, you need another series that fills in the gap, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So who's your favorite characters, ladies?
Mine is Dobby and Denki.
Denki. Okay.
Yeah, and Tonks.
Okay. So what's his name? There's a big, really buff guy that's got like a little curly mustache, and he always kind of talks like this. And I'm
Dio.
All Might. That's the name. My nephew is a huge fan of My Hero Academia, and he was floating around the convention here just a little bit ago. But he is a huge All Might fan. He does a mighty perfect impression of All Might.
Right.
All right. So do you have any other controversial takes or any other shows that you think need to be uncanceled?
Well, there's a lot of shows that need to be uncanceled.
That's fair. That's fair.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. You want more Stranger Things? You hear that, Netflix? You need to pick up My Hero Academia, and you need to get back on Stranger Things and get it done for these girls.
Academia is on Disney.
And Netflix.
see.
It's on Netflix too.
They can pick it up.
Wait. Also, so like in the middle of the MHA movie, not movie, show, you have to go and watch the movie. So just a heads up, because when I was watching it, I watched the whole entire thing. Then I realized there was movies, so I had to watch the whole entire thing again.
Yes. That unfortunately has been, there's shows like that have been like that forever. Pokemon was like that back when I was your age.
Exactly.
You had to go watch the movie if you wanted to understand what was going to go on in the next show.
Yeah.
So I feel you. All right, ladies. Do you have anything else? Anybody you want to shout out on here?
Dobby? I'm wondering why he. I feel bad for Dobby, just gonna say. He is not a very enough salad.
God, you should be sorry for Todoroki or Shoto's Todoroki. He should win with it that.
Well, Dobby got turned into a villain because of his father.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got Junior Dragons arguing over here about My Hero Academia. I freaking love it. All right, girls, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right, we are sitting here with Gavin, an avid Star Wars enthusiast. What's happening?
I'm going to say that right now.
So, Gavin, tell us, what is your Star Wars hot take of the day?
My Star Wars hot take of the day. Let's see. Darth Sion is the coolest Darth. I mean, imagine being so mad you can't die. I mean, I know Darth Maul did that first or whatever.
Well, I
But he
mean,
didn't
Chuck
really do it
Billy of
first.
Testament was so mad that he got rid of his own cancer.
I can't imagine just being that mad about anything, period. Like, I just feel like, oh, finally I died. Thank God I don't have to be mad anymore. I'm still mad. That's like a Darth trait. No, but like, what do you love about, what makes it for you about Star Wars? You got a Mandalorian hat on, you got Yoda on your shirt. You are in deep, and I
That
can
is
feel it.
Grogu on his shirt.
He bought a 3D printed lightsaber here at the con. So what is it that speaks to you about Star Wars?
I feel like for me personally, that's kind of a loaded question because it started off so early on for me. I was 3 years old, getting into Star Wars, being like, hey, I can't read this yet. Read the scroll for me, you know, the intro for the movies. Getting all the toys, all the action figures. And then by the time I was old enough to start working, I would get off the bus from school, go to work, and I'd be there like maybe 20, 30 minutes early. So I literally just watch lore videos on my phone. So it's kind of been a constant thing. I don't watch a lot of movies. People always be like, oh, have you seen so-and-so? Have you seen this movie? Have you seen that movie? And I'm like, no, I just kind of watch Star Wars over and over again. It's all I do.
So which of the three is your favorite? The three originals.
The three originals, I got to go Return of the Jedi.
All right. Why?
Oh, man. It just... Why?
Best production value.
See. I don't know.
If you say Ewoks, I will smack you.
It's definitely not the Ewoks. You know,
Okay, good.
It's some of the more grand plot points going on. You know, it's the end of that trilogy. They have a lot to have it live up to. You know, the fighting is like, you know, they're getting their choreography a little bit better every movie or whatever. But I don't know. It's cool to watch. Love the green lightsaber, even though it was supposed to be blue. And it's like the whole Tatooine sky thing.
Yeah.
Good enough.
No, the green was definitely, no matter what, that was like the iconic choice that made that. Like, it wouldn't have been as cool if they were all blue versus red.
Yeah. I don't know. Getting to see Palpatine doing his little Sith hands.
Something dark side. Oh, he learned good dialogue in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. There's probably a general consensus that Empire Strikes Back is usually everybody's favorite. And that's my favorite too.
Yeah.
And I think it was because like you get to see why people hate the Empire so much.
It's definitely a beautiful film. I can't deny that for a second.
And Vader's just like, Vader's an asshole in the first movie, but he is a straight dick in the second movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to torture my daughter's boyfriend for no reason. Huh.
So this is the dark side.
Yeah. He's like, he didn't even ask me any questions. Damn right he didn't. He's Darth Vader. You answer. You don't ask. He didn't ask.
Yeah.
How went the interrogation?
What do you mean, interrogation?
Well, did you learn anything from him?
Learn?
Yes. Were you not asking him questions?
Why would I do that?
I could see Palpatine sighing right then and there.
Like the robot chicken and
You should call him by his real name, Sheev.
Yeah, imagine being named Sheev.
I would be a
I
Sith
would
Lord
be evil
too.
too.
I'd be wanting to kill an entire planet full of people for no reason.
That's the Star Wars equivalent of a man named Sue. You got his own song about it.
Basically. Or no, it'd be the Star Wars equivalent of having an actual girl's name, not something like Marion that has historical significance, or Ashley, which was originally a man's name, but it'd be like having a man named Samantha.
Oh, that's devious.
So how do you feel about Disney's takeover?
Oh man, I could go on and on about that.
Sum it up in one word.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Okay.
Okay. Well, aside from billions of dollars, why do you think George Lucas did it?
Could there have been any other reason? I mean, he put a lot of years into that, lost a lot, gained a lot along the way.
he was like, it's time for me to pass the torch. I feel like he's like, there's a younger generation that I don't know if I can connect with well enough anymore. So he thought he was doing the right thing and he definitely regretted it. Super unfortunate.
Well, he decided he'd had enough and he handed the torch over to a mouse.
He handed the torch over when he let the expanded universe open up with books. And I wish he had maybe open licensed it so that companies could have jumped in and been like, hey, this part of the expanded universe I love. Maybe I should have, this company, Sony, could make a movie about this. And Paramount could do this. But selling it all to one franchise, total bonehead move.
Well, creating it as an open source, as a marketing option would be a terrible idea, because then one company could write the lore one way, another company could write that same lore a different way, then they would have Star Wars wars.
But
that's kind of what happened with the Disney trilogy, because they switched from, what was it, J.J. Abrams to that Rian Johnson guy. So from 7 to 8, there was, a different director had to try and keep that motion going.
All those movies were ass, I will say.
I think that I liked Rian Johnson way better than JJ, because JJ just wanted to do a shot-for-shot remake of A New Hope, and that's what he did with his own little spin on it.
Absolutely,
it made so little sense lore-wise, and then at least Rian went a totally different direction. Whether or not it was good or not, debatable. But at least it was different.
Yeah. After watching Force Awakens and being like, what did I just watch? When I went and saw, was that The Last Jedi? So number 8. It was cool. The action in there with those Praetorians and stuff, that was super cool. Watching it in slow motion later on, the choreography was completely terrible. But it was cool to see for the first time. You're like, whoa, look, they're actually losing limbs. The lightsabers got their lightsaber back,
Yeah, it was...
Would only admit that opening scene in The Force Awakens was awesome, where he stops a blaster bolt midair.
It's literally cool until the point, who talks first? You talk first, I talk first. And then it's like, all right, movie's cooked.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that the comedy relief they tried to forcibly inject into it was a little bit. I couldn't take him seriously. Kylo Ren was just not a character you could take seriously. And when he took his mask, I talk about this in the Star Wars episode. When he took his mask off, I physically laughed in the theater. I went,
oh no.
And everybody's silent. The guy next to me, he cracks up for a second. I'm just like, dude, put your mask back on, please. Adam Driver doesn't have a face you can take seriously as a villain. I mean, he's
got a face for radio, that's for sure.
People think he's a really handsome man, Mike.
Nowadays they do.
I know there's all the Ben Swallow thirst trap reels that came out during that time.
Ben Swallow was the shirtless Adam Driver meme, right?
Correct.
Okay. To be fair, just the way it is portrayed is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Just like, what possible significance as a meme could this possibly have? And then just suddenly Ben Swallow. Okay.
The internet has got to be the most creative place I've ever been in my life.
It is a terrible, terrible, wonderful place.
It is. It is. God help us. Don't ever change it. All right. Do you have any good shout outs you want to give while you're on the air?
I could give myself a shout out. If you really like Star Wars stuff, I've got a YouTube channel, Gavinator Gaming.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, there's a few things on there I haven't posted in quite some time, but there's some good VR videos. I kind of turned a Blade and Sorcery, a medieval sword and lightning bolt type of game, turned that into Star Wars.
Nice.
Blade and Sorcery is so fun to watch.
Yes, I have. I downloaded the lightsaber mod for that, where you walk around with a lightsaber and hack people's limbs off.
Yeah,
and then you're using Force Lightning and Force Choke. Oh,
exactly.
Golden game. Best thing ever on the meta.
There you go.
Best thing. All right, Gavin. Well, thank you for joining us, guys. Tune into his YouTube channel. Check it out. And
Gavinator Gaming.
Catch you later. All right, folks, we are here with Jason. Jason is one of Mike's longtime friends.
Yes, sir.
Fellow karaoke enthusiast, I hear, which is awesome. And he has some hot takes for us. Let's hear it.
Well, if we're, I'm going to go sci-fi.
All right.
I'm going to go as far as the sci-fi shows that start with star.
Okay.
The best one is a little show called Stargate.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you that. I loved me some SG1 back in the day.
Okay.
I mean, we were looking 10 seasons. You're looking at a spinoff that went 5 seasons. You're looking at another spinoff that went 2 seasons. You know, you're looking at what, 2 movies, and not counting the original movie with the what's the actor's name?
Oh,
Kurt
no.
Russell.
Kurt Russell and James Spader.
Spader, that's the one I was thinking of.
Spader before he got weird.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call him weird, but his voice is like chocolate.
Oh, I absolutely love watching him as Robert California in The Office. It is the best thing in existence.
Oh, I loved him as Alan Shore.
I love him as I love him on Blacklist.
Oh yeah,
he was great on Blacklist.
Reddington.
Yeah, Raymond Reddington. It was perfect for that role.
One of the best villains I've ever seen.
Ultron was amazing. And
yeah.
I don't care if it was like everybody's least favorite Avengers movie. I was like, he did great with that.
As far as the Avengers movies go, yeah, that was probably the probably the worst one. Mainly because it was, I don't know if you ever saw what was it? It was Honest Trailers.
Yep.
You ever see those? They did the Honest trailer of that movie, and they compared it to the first Avengers movie, and it was the exact same plot line, pretty much.
No, you're not wrong. Not wrong even a little. That's I gotta go watch that now. That'd be good. That'd be a good one to watch. All right. So what about Stargate speaks to you so much?
I just love the science of it and how it's tied to a lot of our original lore, a lot of our old mythology, and it's tied in. Originally it was kind of going through the Egyptian mythology. And then as the seasons went on, it kind of went on to, you had the Asgard that were kind of tied to Norse mythology. There was, Thor's ship, and it just it takes a lot of those old myths and kind of ties them into, the science fiction. And then some of the science on, as far as traveling through space and through wormholes and stuff like that is, I really like how it ties a lot of it to.
Yeah. So the gate itself, now I'm handing you my nerd card here because I don't deserve to sit at somebody with a table with somebody who's probably way more knowledgeable and then talk about it. So the Stargate itself, when it turned, it was kind of like an address book, right? To tell them where you wanted to go.
Yep.
And how many combinations were there on that thing?
I don't know off the top of my head. There were a ton. And what they did for like each one of the season spinoffs that they did, it was a seven point address, and then for the next season to where they found Atlantis, because it was Stargate Atlantis, was they found it by finding out that there was an eighth set of addresses, and then they did the same thing with the last Stargate, which was the original ship that was actually placing the Stargates on planets, and they had a ninth. So.
Oh wow! So yeah, when you do the math on that, that's probably a ridiculous amount of.
Well, each
worlds.
character on a dial, multiply it by 7, then 8, then 9, and then multiplicatively by 32. I think it would be.
Did you lose your child?
I'm wondering where he went.
Oh, he's right there.
Okay. Yeah, folks, we are you can't see it, but we are in a crowded mall at the moment, sitting at a table. So there's lots of people running around. And,
for those of you that were born after the year 2005, a mall is a big building with a lot of stores in it.
Yes. And ours is particularly dead here in Burlington with only a few stores left. But that's okay. The nerds are bringing it back to life for one day and one day only.
Yes, we are.
So do you think a Stargate could exist in real life?
I mean, it'd be awesome if it
would
did.
be.
Yeah.
They actually, the Atlantis series actually kind of goes into how life on Earth was actually, we are descendants of the builders of Atlantis, where and the reason that kind of the bad guys in the universe didn't because our gate got buried, so they didn't take us over, so that we were allowed to evolve. And that's, and that's kind of it's just really cool.
No, it's a series, folks, that's definitely worth watching. It had a lot of good, interesting characters. And, if you like real sci-fi, that is like the truest sci-fi I mean,
who doesn't love Christopher Judge? The voice of Kratos.
The original voice of Kratos.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much to like about it. And yes, it is one of those, like, on the nerd iceberg, you're probably sitting at the water level if you tell people you watch Stargate. But that's okay, because that's what we're about.
Yes, we are.
We want to hear about what people listen to, even below that water level, what they watch, because that's where the gold is usually. That's where you get your biggest inspiration. And I love that. I love that.
Here's my hot take. Teal'c was hugely underutilized for the series. He had a lot of screen time, but they didn't use him for what he was worth.
I can see that. I can get down with that take.
That's the alien guy with the rune on his forehead, right?
It's the voice
for Judge.
The voice. Okay. Like I said, my nerd card's somewhere down yonder now. I have a memory of a goldfish.
Through with the precision of a ninja.
I have a memory of a goldfish, folks. It's okay. All right. You got anything else? Any shout outs? Anything you want to?
No, it was just nice seeing you, man.
Yeah, you too, brother. It's been forever.
Loving the curls.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I told him
they look stupid.
It was extra curly when he came back. No, I'm not a fan of the handlebar mustache look, except for when it's on a really old guy with like a 10-gallon hat and it's like super long and he looks like he literally walked out of a black and white movie.
Doug Dimmadome, the proprietor of Dimsdale Dimmadome.
I used to curl mine out too, but I used to do steampunk as well.
Oh yeah,
So-
that would fit perfectly. Mike, you should get into
I just
cosplay.
like it. I just like wearing it. It feels
you're
right.
okay. I love you, Mike, and like that other interviewer said, I think you're beautiful.
Why, thank you, sir.
Don't quote me on that, folks.
Jason has the best beard between the three of us.
He's got a gigantic beard, folks, and it is well groomed and it looks like soft and like open. So like you couldn't put a comb in it, it would fall out.
He wants to touch it.
Yeah, feel free. You go ahead. You want to touch it? There you go. It is soft.
Like a baby lamb.
All right, folks. Jason, thank you for sitting down with us. You have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, listeners, we're here with Arturo, one of Mike and I's old friends.
Absolutely.
Probably Mike's known him for how long?
Almost 36 years.
They go through 4 or 5, somewhere in there.
Something
right,
like that. Just about, yeah, I was kindergarten probably.
I think we had like our first Pokemon battle when we were like under 10 or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I met Arturo when he was a young, rebellious teenager, and now he is a adult father. How has it been to age as a nerd, Arturo?
Not graceful. there's been
whatever. He's
a
beautiful man. Don't let him lie.
It is. It's been interesting. You know, there was many years where I just didn't even have a connection or anything. I was just like on the road or no real like I don't know the word here. Awareness for what was going on for someone for like 10, 15 years of the gaming industry or anything. No, I didn't even really pay attention to consoles or games. I was just surviving pretty much what it felt like. So, but the last 10 years since I've been pretty involved and it's okay though. It's been really good.
It turns, something clicks and then all of a sudden you're like, shit, I've been working so hard that I forgot how to live.
Yeah. I got recently into 40K.
Wow.
Over 40K, so
Nice.
that's been a big rabbit hole for me for the last 3-4 months.
Expensive too.
Too much.
Are you putting together minis or are you playing online?
I'm playing online.
Okay.
The minis
less expensive.
less expensive. It's
Much
a little out of my reach. Still a little out of my reach. Also out of my time frame. Like,
There's not a lot of people who do it around here.
No. I think it's almost becoming a lost art. You know?
We were at a convention in Kansas City and they had a whole room dedicated to wargaming. And there was just a bunch of people in there. Yeah, you could go buy an army.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of minis all on a table.
Oh my God.
I've seen, and then they just do like mock battles with whatnot.
Yeah, that is really cool.
That's cool.
Wargaming's so fun.
I saw something on YouTube. This group of people they had. I mean, like something the size of our area right here, and just full of miniatures. It was incredible to see that, and you could tell they're all just hand painted.
Oh yeah.
You could definitely tell mine are hand painted at home by like a 3-year-old. I'm like one of the worst mini painters ever.
No, I couldn't do it. My hands aren't steady enough for that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of. It takes the right kind of paint and the right kind of patience before you can get them passable.
Yeah,
and then how they get them masterfully look, I don't even know.
I find that people that also create the gunpla miniatures and scales of those, that they take like hot irons and like coke it and whatnot and put battle scars and all.
Oh yeah,
I see they do that to a lot of the Astartes, so that's cool to see. Some of just like the small technique standards.
One of our buddies for D&D, he took a miniature and he made a Goliath for D&D, and he wanted it to be a sorcerer with ice. So he melted on this glue residue or some beads or something. So he took the mini's arm and made it all frozen like an ice all the way up it. I was like, how the hell do you think of this shit? I couldn't have thought of that.
It's cool to see it, you know, that the people continue perpetuating the art form. That's where I will see.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautifully put. Yeah. So what's your hot take? You got some?
My hot take? My hot take would probably be
Don't worry, we can edit out the long pauses.
We're gonna have to leave that part in.
It's all good, man.
The hot take, I don't know what's big right now. Like what are people arguing?
What's your most controversial opinion? I mean, like you got to have an opinion on nerdism, on anything in the topic.
Something you hold in your heart about, something you really enjoy.
Oh, I got one. I got something I actually firmly believe in. The new Horizon series. I don't know if you guys have played Horizon.
Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
And what happened to Forbidden West.
Yeah, that one. I feel like that is this generation's Halo. You know, if you really at story-wise, I should specify story-wise, it is this generation's Halo because it's so deep, and it has the elements of ancient human race and rebuilding upon society. And I've always felt like it was just a little undermarketed and underappreciated for that perspective.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game, and
it is.
It's one that I need to probably play at some point, maybe on PC. Is it on PC or is it?
I think it's on PC.
I know it was a PlayStation exclusive.
They just came out with the remastered Zero Dawn. I've been playing that again. It's amazing. It's just 4K and 60 frames per second. It's great.
Tell you what, though, I am going to counterpoint you here a little on that. I wouldn't call it the modern day, modern day Halo as much as the modern day Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
See, I didn't play that one.
Oh.
But again, the gameplay would probably match that more often. But the
gameplay would be
just
closer.
Story-wise,
feels like it would be. Yes.
Have you played GoldenEye on 64?
Oh gosh.
Okay, so you have. All right, so picture Turok being crappier graphics, but the same. Only instead of people, you're going around shooting dinosaurs. That is
dinosaurs and aliens to be fair.
And how big dinosaurs? Big ones and little ones.
Okay. Yeah,
I see how it overlaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then Turok is a Native American. Okay. And then the characters on Horizon Zero Dawn have a lot of Native American imagery, like in their design, their garb, all that. So it's kind of an overlap there.
Wasn't Turok something from like Killer Instinct in the old Sega days? Or am I thinking of like the dinosaur game?
That would be Chief Thunder.
Yeah, Killer Instinct was SNES.
Okay.
And I think he is it's Chief something.
Chief Thunder. No, I'm serious. That's the name of the actual character.
Would not surprise me. That game was a freaking gem.
It is.
I'm sorry. Here's my hot take. I think Killer Instinct was a better game than Mortal Kombat.
Initially. But then Mortal Kombat was allowed to continue because it had the controversy behind it with all the violence that kids were able to use and play, and parents were all up in arms. Killer Instinct didn't have any of the animated blood or anything, so they got away with it.
There was no animated blood on the SNES version, just sweat. And there was no cheat code to unlock it. It was just sweat.
I think Mortal Kombat was allowed to continue because of the controversy that Killer Instinct never had.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
and that's the reason that we have Mortal Kombat fucking 58 now.
I know I should not have been playing Mortal Kombat as young as I was.
Neither should I have been.
Oh man.
But Mama says no. That just makes you want it more.
No, pretty much. My brother would like sneak me in on rounds so you could have somebody to practice against. And if I just get absolutely leveled, so are you. Like,
absolutely.
I do say the one game that I've found that I thought I would be bad at, what you thought I'd be bad at, but I wasn't, Soul Calibur 4.
Yeah.
One of our many times hanging out, we played Soul Calibur 4. And
No,
for the
we
first
played
time,
2.
Was it 2?
That's the one that I had was 2.
This was his game.
Yeah.
And I come in and I just button mash the crap out of it and I beat him every time.
Yeah, he did. That's button mashing for you.
Oh my gosh. He's like, I can't structure this defense. I don't know what's happening.
At 16, I rode that high for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You got, with Mike, you have to have something. You got to have something over his head or else.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just going to lose.
Oh, we love you, Mike. It's all good.
Man.
Yeah.
Right. Arturo, you guys shout outs you want to give or?
I don't. I'm terrible with shout outs.
Not to your family, not to your friends.
Well, shout out definitely to my family. They're amazing. I love them. So
there you go.
Awesome, man. Hey, it's really good to see you. Thanks for sitting and talking with us.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, folks, this is Tyson coming at you. Actually, it is now Monday the 8th, and I just got done editing and putting together all the interviews from our QuadCon convention we had on Saturday. I just want to say thank you so much to all the folks who sat down and interviewed with us. You know who you are. A lot of you have added us on Facebook. That is fantastic. Keep on following us. Keep on sharing it out. Getting the word out about the podcast is a really big deal for us because it gets other people involved, gets other people listening. And to all the folks who interviewed, if you have more to say, reach out to me, Tyson@arguingwithdragons.com, or message the Facebook page. I'll be happy to sit down, organize a time where we can come and bring you back on. You can share more of your nerd views and passions. But I just wanted to say again, thank you to the community of Burlington. We're a local podcast. You know, I live in Burlington. Mike lives just down the road. And, you know, we're all about the community, and anything we can do to bring the nerds of Burlington, Iowa together is all for the better. So thank you again, folks, for tuning in today. And I wish Mike was here to say adios, but he is actually working right now, so I don't want to bother him. But you guys have a great evening.